want to take you back to my fashion days, going to New York, Paris, Milan, and London, watching the shows, and I could see when woolens were produced at home. I don't just say this as tongue in cheek, we're the best, because of the way that it physically fell on a model. Scottish cashmere holds itself in a certain way. It's dense, it's thick, its colour is ridiculously vibrant. It's why we're famous internationally, particularly on the higher levels of the luxury scale. It's the yarn that designers crave in their collections. And I was seeing this year after year. What is it about Scottish cashmere that makes it a moth to a flame for couture houses? Inside that research, the water really became my thesis. There are a couple of aspects to the water that you need to know about cashmere production. First, from the fleece turning into the yarn. So that Inner Mongolia fleece coming to Scotland, where it is dyed, spun, then sent off to where it's going to be knitted. When it's physically knitted, that could be in Hoyt, or I bring it down to Guernsey to make a Guernsey. And when it comes off of the machines, quite rigid and static, it's not the cashmere you would recognise in the shop. It really needs to be wet finished. And wet finishing is something that you do to the cashmere to get its bloom. That's this fuzzy, peachy, soft gorgeousness. Now, to do that, you have to wash it. When I tell people, they are terrified. You can wash cashmere. It's supposed to be done. The wet finish is so integral to the releasing of the bloom and making it really, really super soft that without its bath, it doesn't behave the way that you would recognize cashmere. The mixture between artisan and water, and why they are this pyramid. That yarn on its own, without the information, if you wet finished something, it would produce a better handle. And that's absolutely down to our water. I wet finished our Guernseys here on Guernsey. And when I did it, quite crudely, put it in the washing machine, hoped for the best. It came out quite crispy. I knew that that was something that could potentially happen because I knew that the water quality was really different between being in Scotland and being right down at the southern tip of the British Isles. You can do lots of things to water. You can strip out those minerals that I was telling you about that makes water hard, but inside new developed cashmere, are plants really going to be doing that? And if so, what kind of environmental factors is that having? I don't know. I only deal with the best of the best. So I know what happens to my cashmere. I don't know what happens to your cashmere. That's the trade-off. Back to our humble goat. It's not about the location of the goat. It's about the location of the water. It's about the location of when the fleece transforms into yarn. The terroir of cashmere has nothing to do with where the goats live. And it has everything to do with where the fleece is transformed into yarn, be that Scotland, be that Italy, or be that China.